On our favorite episode to date, Matz and Jolene from the KellerGeist Pub Theater join Rebecca and Marty on War No Dam Experts, and we talk everything from Sasquatches getting lost on a river and how Rebecca and Marty are trying to buy their way to privilege at their favorite pub. So we hope you enjoy this hour-plus long episode. You won't want to miss it.
Best damn podcast, the best damn town. You want to get up, get ready to get down. With its big wide sky and the wild river Tame. If you want to go, we can take you there to Great Falls, Montana.
Welcome to the greatest damn town in Montana, Great Falls. I'm Rebecca Ingham,
I'm Marty Hazard.
and we are certainly no damn experts.
Not at all.
We have with us today, still with our excellent audio quality,
I'm pretty excited about this audio quality.
we have guests with us.
Well, they're
Now-
guests or people we ran into in the parking lot.
Right. This
Begging
is the,
drinks from us.
This is the big thing. The people we have with us today, we have talked about a number of times. Probably, well, Marty's doing the math on a lot of things right now. Probably the most of every people we've mentioned just in passing without any reference. So we'll say things like, dang, this person.
Yes.
So we saw these two wonderful people out in the parking lot. It was cold out. We said, hey, you guys look cold. Do you want to come have some coffee with us? And they said yes. So we have in the studio with us today, Matz and Jolene.
Oh man, I thought you were gonna say
Hello.
I thought you were gonna tell the story of how they met.
Hey, guys.
Yeah, it's really better if they tell it, mostly because mine's the truncated version because I wasn't there.
Truncated
But-
version was amazing.
You mean when I was hitting him up for money?
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
I did leave that part out.
Well, I mean, that's how we met.
I know. There was a lot of asking for money in exchange for
Goods.
for an idea or a dream or a vision of the future. My version went with Matt's
Matt saw a woman.
said, that's some good looking stuff. I need some of that. And his friend said, I can make that happen. And he did.
And then
And they did. And they got married.
I really like your version. In my version, I was told that I needed to talk to Matz about his company, and he ignored me for 4 months. I didn't
The money.
return any phone calls, any emails, because he knew I was hitting him up for money.
Oh.
And then his friend, said friend Rebecca, said, hey, why don't you invite Matz for a beer at 5 and I'll meet you? The guy returned my email within 30 seconds. It was
Oh.
literally one of the quickest return emails I've ever had. Oh, I didn't know GFDA offered that service.
Just needed beer.
So there you go.
So
Lesson
there
learned.
you go.
So we have
Give him beer.
Jolene and Matt, the owners of KellerGeist. And goodness, every time we see these two out and about town, it's amazing. We have really good conversations. Our food gets cold because we keep talking.
My favorite is every time we leave your presence, then I share one more nugget of things I know. And Marty's like, she's a singer? And I'm like, how do you not know any of this?
Well, I guess I'm stupid. I didn't know that you were singing all around. And then I had some screenshots when we did the Ignite Great Falls.
Yeah.
And there was a picture of you. And I was like, oh, yeah, Rebecca, just in case whatever you missed for Ignite, because a visitor came in. And I shared with her, look at this rendering of KellerGeist and all it's going to be after it's remodeled. But for the picture, there was you singing. And I was like, I know she's a singer now. I'm no longer stupid.
And we invited you in here, I think, under the premise of talking about state parks and some adventures that have been had in state parks. But we've also got various topics that we can talk about with you all. Live music, German immigration, We could probably talk about drinks and beer. We could also talk about live music.
We said that one, but I want to
Oh.
know about the machete. I heard there's something to do with a machete.
Oh no.
Machete.
Like how the 5-year-old was walking around with one?
Oh, when we were out hiking?
Yes, because I bring a machete with me when I'm hiking in Great Falls.
Why not?
Hey, we're open. We're going to just turn the platform over to you all and you share. Let me also premise this entire conversation with we are trying to promote people to come and stay in our
Oh.
wonderful town.
Right.
And
Change in script, Jolene.
we want people to get excited about something here in our community. We've given them 16 episodes of
Yeah.
things to get excited about. This is now the 17th. So we know people are primed. They're ready. They want to know a little bit more. And that's why we thought, oh, we'll bring these people in because they know some stuff. And more importantly, you guys spend a lot of time at the Smith. You spend a lot of time in the outdoors.
They go to Showdown every Sunday.
Yep.
every Sunday, huh?
Yeah. Well, so Showdown has this awesome youth ski league program. And so while the kids ski and get private instruction, we get to ski. So we absolutely love it. And our son loves it too. Showdown has to be the best gem. And now they're really going to hear about it. No, it's great. Showdown is the only woman-owned ski resort that we can find globally, is what, according to Avery. Katie Bodecker just purchased it from her father, George, and it's really a family affair, and they've expanded. But their terrain, their runs, just incredible. That's one of our favorite winter activities, is to get up there.
And all natural snow.
Oh yeah, they don't
Oh,
make
man.
their snow.
Exactly. Au natural.
Oh, natural.
I love it.
Oh, watch it when the Germans au natural.
And then beyond that, you guys do a lot of exploring across the state, do a
Yeah.
lot of day hiking. One of the very few people that I know that make a annual trip.
The Death March.
Well, we're gonna get to that, but I was also going to add down the wild and scenic Missouri River.
Oh, where we got lost once.
The floating.
Yeah, and it's funny you should say.
How do you get lost on a river?
Well,
we get
I'll
to
tell
that.
ya.
Alcohol is a factor.
Okay. So you can have alcohol on the river. That's a good thing to know.
Just don't bring glass.
yeah.
No,
Plastic or rubber or silicone, I guess is what it's called, not rubber.
I'm gonna drink out of a tire.
A balloon.
So what happened? You get lost on a river.
Yeah, we got lost on the Missouri River.
Well, we weren't really lost. I mean, just half of our party camped at a different spot than we did. The original spot we were supposed to be in.
But you guys didn't make it to the original spot.
No, we missed it. They went
Further.
around the island on the left. We went around the island on the right. What we didn't realize was that halfway around the island, these guys camped, and we came out on the other end, didn't see them, weren't really bothered, and we had great conversations, refreshments and all that, and it took us hours. It took us hours to realize it's
It did.
getting really dark, it's getting really cold, and we should have been there ages ago. And then we had to really scramble to find a campsite.
Did you have your equipment with you, or did they have your
So we
equipment?
had our equipment, but what we had is I had my kayak, Matz had the canoe with our stuff, and our friend, she had her canoe and one of her children with half of their stuff. So what we were able to do, though, was share. She luckily had their tent. Her husband did not have his tent, so they slept under the stars. But her husband had all their food, but we had all our food. So, I mean, it worked out. And even if it wouldn't have, it had been fine. It was one night out there on the Missouri. And
You'll survive.
you are so safe out there. I mean, literally, you were in the middle of nowhere
How many times have you guys done the White Cliffs float?
7 times.
Oh, wow. And how many times have you taken tourism's camera with you and captured images and given them back to me?
Coming up this fall.
Oh, there you go.
Now, truth be told, they often have a very talented photographer with them. However, he's extremely talented, so those are images we purchased. So giving them our camera,
Okay.
maybe making someone take the photos might work out good. Here, have this crappier version of a camera.
You know, some of our friends are just amazing photographers, and we lots of times adventure with Roland Taylor and Trish McCoy, and Roland's photography is phenomenal. And we're so fortunate because my kiddos, a picture of them on the top of a cliff at the White Cliffs was featured on the cover of a statewide magazine. And that was just our annual trip. He's taken these photos of our canoes and kayaks and scenery and us that are just
Amazing.
They're just incredible. But
I learn
also,
more every
they're
day.
just tons of fun to camp with. So on that, you know, we play music in the middle of the river. Roland and I and others join in, but we bring our guitars and ukuleles, and we'll be floating down the Missouri playing music, drinking beer. We stop, set up camp, hike, get back on. I mean, it is really like, that's why we do it every year. Yeah, we've seen the scenery, but we're still learning new different spots to hike. We just went up a new canyon this year, and we ran into an international photographer. He does wildlife refuge and photography. He just happened to be coming through, and he and his friend had told him that he had to do the White Cliffs, and he was hiking back in a canyon, and we just ran into him. I mean, it's just really great adventure, and it's just outside of Great Falls, and so it's super easy to access. You don't have to pay for your permit in advance. You just show up. There's plenty of camping. People do it all summer. We always do it around Labor Day weekend and thereabouts. We love it in September. We've now done, this year we did it back-to-back weekends, which was a lot of fun. But it's like a 4-day, we do it in 4 days because we don't like to rush it.
What other state parks are you fluent with? I mean, I don't know that you travel with world-renowned photographers that have Bullet featured on a statewide magazine. So I'm learning something new every day. Goodness, Rebecca was right. Every time we do come in crossing with these people, I'm just dumbfounded.
Is the Sluice Boxes a state park?
It is.
Well, that's a great park if you're in Great Falls. I mean, it's only like, 40 minutes?
38 if you drive.
Like
The
you.
speed limit.
The speed limit. 38 minutes. Look, Google Map it. I'm a safe driver for the most part. You know,
Yeah.
it's 38 minutes out there. I love the sluice boxes.
That is a cool
so
spot,
nice.
yeah.
Have you guys floated sluice boxes? Because I've heard that's a big fun thing. You have to be cautious because the current can get pretty bad, but
Yeah, no, we haven't.
No, we haven't. But we floated out the Helena Canyon. Matz, you kayaked. What's that tributary that you kayaked with Roland? I didn't go on that
The
trip.
Dearborn?
The Dearborn.
Dearborn, okay.
Yeah, the Dearborn.
And then obviously the Smith River.
Yeah, we spend a lot of time at the Smith River. We love the Smith River. It's incredible.
it's one of the elusive state parks. You have to have a permit to float it.
Oh yeah, they do a lottery for the permits, or the only.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's by
Okay.
lottery, and they usually have about 6,000 people apply. And I think they do 1,500 to 1,800 permits.
Okay.
And they give you a week. It's like you get drawn for the February 10th
Float.
week. And so you get to go regardless of what the weather is. So you have to be smart about whether or not you go if the weather is bad, but that's your week.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly. Now, there's some top tips, though, for that I've heard, and that is that if you are flexible on your schedule, that you can go to the station, the ranger station at the start of the Smith at Camp Baker, and check and see if anybody hasn't taken their permit that week or isn't. And there's possibilities to pick up permits on the fly. Now, mind you, you're not going to get a pickup permit on a beautiful, weekend. Nobody's giving up those. And then the other time to float the Smith that I've heard, but I haven't yet, is in the fall.
Okay.
When the browns are running, great fishing, and you don't need a permit for that. You have to check in, but
Okay.
float in the fall is what I've heard as well. But again, I haven't done that myself.
So the Smith River, right southish of town, I will say, really great area to it's gravel roads. There's paved roads, but it's not like a developed park. There's not a lot of hiking in the area, and there is private land, if I'm saying that correctly, connected to the Smith. So you have a little bit more. That's why I always call it the elusive state park, is because it's not just show up and do stuff.
Yeah, no, the Smith is really, it's difficult to access unless you know somebody that owns land. But there are a couple of different places, like Deep Creek Park, which is accessible out of White Sulphur Springs, heading out that direction. There's a couple of places that you can access. Or on the first death march that we did with friends, Matz and a crew of our friends, I had just had Simon, and so he was too little to go on it. Thank goodness. But on that lovely little hike. They were hiking in from right around Nyhart Monarch area
Okay.
on the other side and then hiking over. And there's some ranger stations in there that you can actually rent, which is another great secret of our parks in the state. You can rent the fire towers and ranger stations. Not all of them, but you can go on to the Park Service and find which ones. And they're a great shelter when you're backpacking. That really helps. But they hiked over, and they were hiking through State Park to get to our ranch on the Smith.
And you had a set number of days, correct, Matz? You told your lovely bride, I'll be there in this many days.
That is correct. And I'm just trying to figure out, was it like 2 nights a hike that was planned or 3 nights?
I think it was 3 nights. It was over Memorial Day weekend.
Okay, when is Memorial Day again?
That's in May.
Okay, yeah, so it was May, and we were all super prepared and enthusiastic, and so we were shuttled up into the mountains, actually quite close to Showdown, the ski area, and we got the first bad feeling when we got the truck stuck in snow.
So Memorial Weekend is usually snow in the mountains.
Yep.
Okay.
And if it's not snow, it's torrential rain.
Yep.
Well, we had both, actually.
But you were prepared.
Yep. And we had like an elaborate plan to follow the Tenderfoot creek or stream. It was supposed to be a little... a little creek,
On the map, it was
yeah.
really only this wide.
Oh no! It was suggested to us that this was a very interesting and beautiful
And easy.
hike. So we got there, and the Tenderfoot, because it was raining, there was still snow, ice melt. There was basically water everywhere. It was running from both sides of the canyon down on us into the little creek, which was a raging river at that stage. And the problem was that the trail actually crisscrossed that little creek all the time. And I assume that if you do it in the summer, it's like you wouldn't even notice there is water or whatever. So we were battling for 2 days until literally the water got so deep and so wild. And I mean, we were holding on to each other while walking through this icy water. And we had to decide just to abandon and hike out again.
And meanwhile, I'm at the Smith River, their takeout point, with steaks and with a feast for them and ready and waiting, and they're not coming, and they're not coming.
And there's no cell service.
No, on either points, there's no cell service. And these guys had to hike back out the same way they came. And then, luckily, this is Montana for you, though. They were easily able to find a road and get somebody that would give them a lift into the nearest town so that they could get stuff situated. I mean, that's Montana, though. We help each other out. But they darn near died on this. That's why we call our annual hiking adventure the Death March.
Okay, that's why. I was like,
So you did eventually show up for steaks, but a day late, or what happened?
day late,
Because
dollar
I'm sure Jolene's sitting there with your guys' newborn baby going, is he done? Am I finding another partner in life?
What do I tell this child?
It wasn't a day, but it was at the end of the day. Like, it was getting dark. And my brother and I, because my brother lives in Bozeman and he met me at the Smith. And so we were sitting there like, okay, if they're not here, we got to set a time that we end up going and looking for them, and because we know the path they're on. And then this truck comes raging down the road, and both of us had a moment where we're like, oh my gosh, something's happened. And then, of course, it was just the Germans saying, oh my gosh, you're not going to believe this. So
So have you done that hike again, not with raging rivers, and been successful?
Yes, kind of. we abandoned the idea of going along the tenderfoot just because it is a real wilderness. There was at one stage probably a trail, but it's extremely difficult to find and it's overgrown. So what we did was actually we started on really high ground at a ranger station or a lookout at Big Baldy, I think it's called.
That's one of the ones you can rent.
And stayed on top of the ridge, and then really only at the very end went down into the Tenderfoot Valley, followed that until we basically got to the Smith River.
And that one was adventurous because of our dog, Morgan. We have just this amazing adventure dog. She's incredible. She is part Curly and Bear dog, but Matt's adopted her from the pound here. She has gone on so many multi-day, 30-mile trips with us, whether it's swimming. She likes to swim next to us or moving. And she had an issue on that one, and she's about a 120-pound dog.
Oh my goodness!
And Matt's had to carry her down the mountain, and that was a couple of years ago, and she's still fine. I mean, Morgie's still around. She has terrible arthritis, and so she's no longer going on wild and crazy adventures. But on that one, that was Matt's death march. She had to carry Morgan, but he got her down, and she's good.
It was really Morgan's death march. I mean, I was okay.
That's a lot to carry when you're hiking in the mountains.
I had a Pomeranian, which is, 15, 20 pounds, and halfway through our walks in town on the sidewalks, he would be like, yeah, Mom, I'm done. Just carry me.
Carry me.
And that was even too much at some point. That was like 10 blocks. I'm obviously not physically fit, and we're not filming, so you don't know that Matz and Jolene are physically fit and can do these kind of things, but still 120 pounds.
Right? That's what I thought when I found that.
Over your shoulder?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Just like a little lamb. Okay. A little 120-pound lamb.
Oh, yeah. A little calf, more like it. But she's part of our family. She's, no man left behind.
Oh, yeah. I have a pointer, German short-hair pointer, that's 90 pounds. Mm-hmm. Not supposed to be 90 pounds, but he's really tall and big, lean, and I've had to carry him.
Yeah.
But not 120 pounds. But those puppies, they really do tug at your heartstrings.
Well, what are you going to do? I mean, you just have to.
Yeah, you have to.
We're not callous people.
No, we went out
Go find some wolf pack to be a part of now.
I free you. No.
We went to this one place over Dearborn River, like a lookout point, and it was in October, so there's tons of snow. And my beagle at the time, little Frankie monster, he got off his leash. He's running the mountains. 45 minutes of trying to get this puppy.
Oh, no.
Yeah, finally got him. And
good.
But you want to take your dogs out and experience these state parks because that's what they're meant for.
That's exactly right. So do you want to hear about our new state park adventures?
Yes.
Pop-up KellerGeist cocktail parties.
I was with some friends this weekend, and they were talking about the KellerGeist. And they're like, well, KellerGeist is doing remodels. We're not going to have our drinks. They're concerned. And I'm thinking to myself, should I tell them the top secret information that I know that Jolene whispered to me and said, don't you dare tell anyone. I was like, I won't do it. I'm going to keep her confidence. But I did say, KellerGeist is doing pop-up pubs at Showdown. They did it last Sunday, and they're all, oh, really? So
yep.
You're going to keep them going, right?
Oh, most definitely. They're a ton of fun. And so last week at Showdown, we just did a pop-up cocktail party for just some of our KellerGeister fans and customers, our bartenders. It just worked because we were all up there, and so we just brought some with us, and we all met at a certain spot at a certain time. But we've had other people ask us, you guys should do this, more often, and it's a great way to get out and adventure. And so we're working on some plans, and during our remodel, we will hopefully be in an alternative location. We're still trying to figure out exactly where that's going to be.
Okay.
Also, the patio I saw this weekend, negative 35 degrees outside. Patio's still open, and there's a good fire pit there. So for us hardy folk, if you're coming in from sea level in a place that never gets below 72 degrees, I'm going to just say, if you go, don't complain, because it is going to be cold.
It hurts.
Yes, and in all fairness, it's not only that the patio is available even at this temperature, it's your only option. We are not actually having anybody inside.
Well,
No,
I can pull a few strings. Can I get inside?
To go to the bathroom, maybe.
No.
yeah, you can go to the. I mean, come on now, that would just be cruel. No, Matz and I decided, and we talked with our team. We just are all about keeping our team safe, making sure that we're tiny, right? I mean, what's our capacity, Matz?
12.
it's about 99.
It's 12 people.
Under
Yeah.
COVID, it's 12.
Okay.
Under COVID, I think. Yeah, it's so. But we are going to open up 4 tables inside.
I'm so excited.
Yep, we're going to start that Friday. So we will start having some tables inside. Our patio will always be open because there's a lot of our customers who would prefer that right now. And like you said, Rebecca, it was below zero, our first below zero days, and we had customers on the patio around the fire really loving it. I think that's because we're all prepared with warm clothes here,
Yeah.
right? You live in Montana, you have warm gear.
Jolene came in a sleeping bag. That's how she walked in.
Oh, I
to our
did.
office.
I will tell on myself. Maudie said, "Have you had the glue vine yet?" And I said, "I haven't." So it was like a random day where we got snow. And it was November, December.
Yeah.
And here I am, heels, no snow boots, no coat. Because why would you have a coat? It was only like 32 degrees outside.
Yeah.
And so I show up waiting for my glue vine out on the patio, and one of the other guests says to me, "You are so brave wearing heels." And I'm like, "No, I'm completely stupid. Like, I knew there was snow on the ground when I left the house, and I still didn't put my snow boots on." And oddly enough, Maudie and I had the conversation at the office. She's like, what do you do about the snow?"
Well, this is my first office that I've worked in outside the military. So before I'd just walk into work in combat boots. It's all fine. And now I'm seeing Rebecca in heels and there's 6 inches of snow outside. I'm like, how did you do that? And she whips out her snow boots. She's like, you just changed the office. I was like, wow.
That's a true story, but Rebecca is really committed to heels.
Yeah,
I really am.
I know.
She is committed.
So we're there. We get the glue vine with the commemorative KellerGeist.
Yeah.
So Rebecca has one too.
Yeah, just one though.
Yeah. Well, we have 2 because my husband's like, well, I want my
Yeah,
own.
yeah.
My daughter has taken mine over. So the pop-up parties, I have a suggestion for where you should
Ooh.
have one.
Yes, please.
Can it be at our new location of 15 Overlook Drive when we move there?
150%.
I mean, how awesome would that be? And it'll
We
be
can
summer.
totally
So
do that.
when are you going to move there?
Well, we're this year. This year.
2021.
Okay, 2021. We're hoping May, June, might be end of June.
It could likely be August.
Son of a...
I can't wait.
Will you need the band for the opening thing?
Yes.
We will likely need a band. We may need to borrow a fire pit till we can afford to buy our own.
Because we have that deck. If you're not fans of The Office, I need you to be. And I need you to think our parking lot, I want our parking lot to look like the parking lot of Dunder Mifflin when Andy proposed to Angela. With the Ferris wheel in it, a bouncy house, a live band.
Wow.
What is she
And
talking about?
And a KellerGeist. It's
Wow.
okay. You don't get it, but other people will.
There's a sitcom called The Office.
No,
You'll
we
need to
watched
watch it.
we watched all the old Office episodes. We're just not caught up on new.
There's technically not any new.
Oh, then we just haven't followed it to the end.
So we're gonna need KellerGeist when we go there and have the rose blush there and the woodpecker.
And this is another topic I'd like to discuss since you're both in the room and captive audience for me. I've already pitched the idea of being able to buy in somehow and get reserved seating.
Oh, yes.
I want to be able to walk in and have somebody go, "Oh, this is Rebecca's seat. I need to move." I wouldn't make them move, but I just want them to go, "Oh, this is not my seat."
This is what I proposed to them on last Tuesday when we did the video shoot at KellerGeist. I said, Matz, what if I buy a $500 stool and there's golden name tape or nameplate on it that says Maudie, in theme with your design, however we want it to be, I'll purchase it. If I walk in and someone is sitting in my chair, they have a 1 drink notice they need to move. Once they're done with that drink, I buy them their next. But that's my chair.
I actually really like that because it's not really just booting them.
No.
And we could try to figure something like that out. I think it's fun, and it really
builds,
kind of
it builds on the friendship that you're gonna make there.
And it better not see if my chair's empty and someone knows about this. I don't want someone to rush to the chair as soon as I get in, so they get a free drink. Someone breaks an ankle. I do have an idea for your bar, though. I forgot to tell you.
Another one?
Yes, I want.
them coming.
I want you to have.
We should have told you your idea fairies right here. So
I want you to have on your bar somewhere where there is beer, buy your friend a drink. And I want to walk in and be, you know what? I didn't get to see Mariah today or this week, but I owe Mariah a drink. And it's going to say, Mariah, you get a drink. And I bought it. And you can go up there and you can buy your friend a drink, even if they're there or not. And that shows like, hey, we can have one just saying, my boss. So everyone would be like, well, I pretty much owe my boss a drink today. And Rebecca can go in and be like, hey,
I'm the boss.
I'm a boss. I'll take one of those drinks. My employees did this to me. I think that'd be a cool idea. Take it or leave it, but please take it.
No, I really like that. I've actually seen that somewhere. Where did we see that? There was a drink board. No, it was on one of our other adventures, but I love that.
I took a
I saw
picture
it
of
in
it.
Glasgow one time.
I'm going to send it to you. I like this
Yeah,
idea.
send it to me because that's an idea that we've actually talked about before that we thought that'd be really cool, or maybe you and I didn't. But
let's go back to the seat. Who do I write the check to? Who do I write the check to? Do I write to KellerGeist?
I will tell you.
But we have to figure out the price tag first.
500's not enough for you?
She's gonna write you a check for $500
A year.
I did this one time.
He drives a hard bargain. Sorry, go ahead.
That makes sense, though. An annual sponsorship naming rights are done on an annual basis.
No, because there should be the initial startup fee of buying the chair, and then after that.
And then you're $500, yes.
Oh, God.
I'm hoping naming a drink after me comes at a lesser price, but I will give Maudie some hope. I pitched an idea one time to Jeremiah Johnson Brewing Company, who makes Golden Bobcat beer. You guys serve Jeremiah Johnson. I don't think you serve Golden Bobcat, even though you should, but you're Grizz fans, and I honor that. Anyway.
That's not... We serve over 40 German beers, and we leave the domestics and the microbrews to our partners.
I told Jeremiah, since you've got this Golden Bobcat beer, and Jolene knows this, I have a desire to have a plaid jacket program somewhere.
Oh my gosh,
in
no
this
plaid
town.
jacket.
So I pitched Jeremiah, if you could get a blue and gold plaid jacket and you become part of the Bobcat Club and it entitles you to some type of benefits, for $200, I want you to sell these things. And I wrote the check for $200 and I gave it to him and I said, I just want to be the first member. It's never been developed. I don't know if the check has ever been cashed, but it was like 3 years ago. And I still think this is a solid idea, mostly because I'd finally get my plaid jacket and it would be in Bobcat colors because it would coordinate with the beer.
Why don't you just start a tourism club, like the biggest tourism advocates, or the visitor who's visited our market the most number of times gets a plaid jacket?
We are working on this, and it will probably ultimately end with a buffalo and a plaid jacket as the start of this program.
See, there you go.
So if I walk in with a buffalo plaid jacket, do I get a seat? Because like I said, we did this Ignite Great Falls, and they're doing that wine bar out by the river.
Yeah.
I saw that. Rebecca's like, that's going to be packed. But if I walk in with the plaid jacket,
you get your seat.
Better be so.
Better be so. I like it.
So when you're out adventuring, we've tied it completely in a bow for you to have an experience in our community that is spot on. Go out, go hiking, go rafting, go floating, and then come back into town and have a nice cocktail to relax and enjoy the evening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, or bring your favorite bartenders with you to adventure, and we bring cocktails with us. I mean, we bought a to-go cocktail kit, so when we're floating the Missouri River, we're making whiskey sours and Mai Tais and rose blushes on the river.
They do have their to-go. I actually thought you guys were going to come with at first. I was like, are you guys going to become outfitters?
No, we're just your bartenders.
Well, you guys did that great promotion during COVID with Teriyaki Madness where you had the Kung Fu movie weekend and you delivered Teriyaki Madness food and drinks out of the back of the car.
We did. We set up a bar in the back of the car so that we could shake it for you fresh. It was a lot of fun. It was a ton of fun. Those are COVID rules. Although the legislature is looking at changing it so that to-go cocktails will be allowed all the time, which, for a business like ours, we love that because, our customers do want to have a cocktail and then maybe take one home or on a picnic or, with them and not drinking and driving, but, take one to their final destination.
Drinking to go. Taking a to-go drink so that you can get there.
Yeah, drinking at
Yeah,
home.
drinking to go.
Good Lord.
It's something. Don't worry. We have weird sayings with drinks. We're working on the visitor guide, if you listeners have heard, and Rebecca writes this.
It's going to be an awesome feature, and everyone's going to love it.
10 drinks to drink. What else are you doing with the drink? Come on.
We like to keep it simple here.
But 10 drinks to drink. That's it. 10
10
gonna
drinks
have-
to drink.
We're going to
All
have
right.
a whole feature on 10 drinks to drink in Great Falls.
You know what I love is the synergy for downtown Great Falls. There are, it used to be where, people would come down for one or two places. Now our customers are coming down and visiting 4 different cocktail bars and then some other unique bars and just really making an entire weekend out of shopping and dining, drinking downtown, just having a good time.
I tell you, the downtown, how people are interested in the dining, because over 11,000 people visited our website for dining, so those,
Nice.
And then for shopping, 9,000 people visited that website. And then unique experiences, those are up to 8,000. So they want to go downtown. They need to know what to do. And KellerGeist, with the ghost in the cellar drink. And
The original smoked old fashioned in Great Falls. We got it from somewhere else though, but
It doesn't matter.
hey, the best idea is you find something and you just implement it. But you want to talk a unique experience, come into the KellerGeist.
Yeah.
I think that we fall more under unique experience than
We
other
are-
categories.
well, you guys met my parents. I don't know if you
I
remember.
love your parents outside on the patio this
Yeah.
summer. Yep.
So my dad's German, you know that.
Yep.
Okay. They loved it. And I tell them like, Matz and Jolene are going to be on the podcast because obviously my mom and dad are like, you're on a podcast? Congratulations. They don't know how easy it is to do.
we had so much fun with your family that night.
Yeah.
That was great.
So I tell them like they're going to be on and I'm like, oh, I can't wait to see it again. I'm like, well, they're renovating. Oh, well, do you have their number? So they want to hang out with you guys when they come this spring because they're
Yes.
ready.
Well, we're still open. I mean, if they
I love that,
come in
though.
the next couple of weeks.
And my husband,
They all did the Steinhold challenge.
Yeah, well, my husband and my dad, after doing the Steinhold challenge and losing, they're now practicing with dumbbells. My husband went on
Yes.
alert and he's like, I have this dumbbell. And they're just holding it and they're just waiting for it. But, with longer arms, because my dad's 6'6", my husband's 6'2". It's, the shorter arms are easier to hold. So there's a whole strategy behind it. At the KellerGeist, you can do a Steinhold challenge and your name gets on the board and the drink is free.
Yeah.
Yep.
and
More of a-
if you are the longest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're if you're like me, you lose by 4 seconds and have to pay for that drink. So I'm working on the dumbbell too.
Good.
Okay. This summer is my summer. I'm claiming it.
I have this fantasy where I will be able to double stein it and beat anybody that comes into our bar.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm not there. I'm not there.
Am I the only one in the room who doesn't want to do this challenge because I'd rather just drink the beer?
Well,
I mean, that's a long time to wait to have a sip of beer.
Now,
it's
what
less
are
than 4 minutes.
what are our champion numbers? Do you remember, Matt?
4:32 or 3:42
No,
for
I think-
women.
Yes.
3:42
exactly.
for women. I missed it by 4 seconds.
And 6 minutes and odd for men.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I think my dad lost by 30 and maybe Mark by 19. I don't. They were close. And
Yep.
now they're practicing because
I love that.
Tell them it's
What?
about 5 pounds.
Okay, well, funny story. My husband and my dad are doing the Steinhold, and some woman comes up
Yep.
trying to hit on them.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, that night, my husband and I didn't wear wedding rings for some reason. They were like trying to get on Mark, and then my dad. I'm like, what the heck is going on here? So I'm like, I just go away. They're doing this contest. You're bothering us. And then later on, one of the women walked up to me and she's like, what's going on with you two? Is there something going on with you two? Like, yeah, that's my husband of over 12 years. So, yeah, something is
Something
going
big.
There's something going on.
Yeah,
there.
we don't need to wear a wedding ring out, but it was pretty funny because my dad's looking at me like, "What? I'm trying to hold this 5 pound. And this woman's coming over like, what's she strongman doing? That was the same women that made the Sip and Dipper bus shirts.
Which those are great shirts.
Yeah, they were.
Those were great shirts.
The
sequined ones. Yeah.
That were.
They were good.
They had a girls' trip just for Sip and Dip. My sister met them, brought them back down to the KellerGeist. It was a great night.
Lots of great adventures. Whether you're at our state parks or whether you're downtown Great Falls, there's always something fun going on.
And you can make these, I think we've mentioned this in the past. KellerGeist is pretty well known for locals to just have that environment where you show up and whoever's at the table is now your friend. And it's probably the reason Jake Bash, who used to work here, loves it so much. And we toasted him a couple days ago. He got excited. He's going to be in town. We're making him come to do the podcast. So we'll probably be talking about KellerGeist again and state parks again.
Yeah.
But everybody has their own great stories to tell about their experiences in the base camp and what they do. One place I don't know if you guys have ever done a lot of adventuring is the Bob Marshall Wilderness Complex, the Front Range. Do you guys hang out there much?
Not at all,
No.
but that's scheduled for our next death march.
Perfect.
Going up to the Chinese Wall is the plan.
Thank you. I know what the Chinese Wall now is. When it was mentioned by our previous guest, I misheard it, and I was like, wait, the Great Wall of China?
No.
So the Chinese Wall, for people that didn't listen to the episode with Kelly Aline, is 17 miles long or something. Or the hike there is 17 miles. And it's one of few natural wonders that can be seen from space.
Yeah, it's absolutely incredible. I can't wait. This has been on our list for several years now, and so this is the year that we're putting together. Death March 2021 is the Chinese Wall.
Okay. I mean, Rebecca and I are poster children for not doing enough in your backyard. And then you guys are the opposite. You do a little too much. You got
Or
KellerGeist.
just the right amount.
I don't know, Rebecca. I mean, you got... They own this bar, and the bar is getting bigger by a lot.
Yeah.
And then they do the summer nights at Overlook or Broadwater Park or the other number of city parks in the area where they coordinate with other food trucks, vendors, local restaurants.
We should do that right out your backyard this summer.
Yes.
At least a couple.
Yeah.
That would be a perfect location.
It would.
Especially if we could coordinate it with a disc golf tournament. That would be just up on the hill.
Done.
We can bring our dogs.
That can happen.
Okay.
That can happen.
You met
I love that.
my puppy.
Yes.
Okay. So you guys do this, and then Jolene's a singer. And Matz, you're doing always something on the roof of KellerGeist.
Yeah, I'm a roofer.
I'll be walking. I'm walking in the parking lot, and I hear a noise, and I'm just looking around. I look like a complete idiot to everyone watching me. And then Matz yells down at me, and I'm waving, and I look around, and people don't know that I'm talking to someone. No, they don't. I do have a question, though. When it's snowing next, I would like to get on top of your roof and then just do a video of downtown to include the mural on your other building so I can put it on Facebook.
When it's snowing.
Or when,
Okay.
I just want to get up there and get some video footage.
Sure.
One of our most impressive photos that has been on our Instagram is that Christmas stroll photo from your roof.
That was when we first bought the building, and for the Christmas stroll, we went up on the roof. And, for the stroll, everybody is just mingling and going. And actually, I think that was Parade of Lights, because that was when Santa was lighting the Christmas tree.
That's right.
And so everybody comes down Central Avenue to in front of the Civic Center. They put up a tree that has been harvested from some neighbor's yard. These are huge trees, and Santa lights it with a sleigh, and there's kids. And there were thousands of people that year that were just crowding all the intersection. And from the roof, we were able to get just a great photo. That's one of my favorites, too.
I saw it the day after it happened because I wasn't there. And I'm like, that is awesome. Yeah, it wasn't even staged. I'm like, well, obviously.
It was a.
I'm not quite sure how you'd stage that, but
Well, it was a very warm night, and it was obviously pre-COVID.
Okay. Yeah.
that's true. Yeah.
This year, Santa, they still did the Santa lighting, but they didn't tell anybody.
No, Kelly wouldn't tell me. I was like, hey, just tell me I want to take a picture. And she's like, can't. I'll get in trouble. And I was like, Fine,
we just
Kelly Pierce.
happened to be there. We were decorating the front of our building with Christmas lights. And I'm like,
I don't believe
and
that.
we had Simon with us, aka Bullet. And Bullet is like, Mom, what is that? And I looked and I was like, I think it's Santa on a sleigh.
I don't believe
this
that you
is
just
weird.
happened.
No, I seriously don't. I didn't. They wouldn't tell me
Yeah.
either. I had no idea, but we were there decorating our. We're always there. So
Okay.
that's not really.
Big surprise. They showed up at their building.
You know, happy for Simon. Good for you.
Good for y'all.
What will it take to have key to the back door for tourism?
Or the front.
I mean, we do share
window.
a parking lot, and oftentimes it might just be nice to have a team meeting when the doors aren't
You
open.
probably would have to work there.
That's fine. I can man. I would work there from 3 to 4 p.m. On the day we have a team meeting, I'll be the one that gets the drinks.
Nice try. When we do the remodel, we will be open longer hours, but you won't be across the parking lot anymore. That
No.
just dawned on me. That's so sad.
I know, it does
Yeah,
break my heart.
we traded in the view to be surface dwellers, the view from being on the surface of the world for the convenience of
Downtown.
drinking in a parking lot.
Yeah.
Here's the good news. I think from the new visitor center, you can actually see the roof of the KellerGeist.
And you could have you could have like a picture of me on it.
I could have a mechanical cowboy on the roof going like this, waving,
It'd be nice.
motorized.
Yeah, you
Maybe
should do
just an outdoor patio up on the roof would be nice too.
Oh, that would be really
it.
nice.
Yeah, that would be.
And a hot tub.
And you could grow your basil.
Now we're
Stop
talking.
it. Stop it.
Hey.
Do not give him ideas like that. I'm
They're
serious.
great, Matt.
Matt's-
I'll support you.
Matt said nothing could go on his roof. And you're like, no one's going on it. That's when you said last week, Tuesday. But if you're putting hot tubs up there, we're not moving, Rebecca.
I think we have a better roof for that.
Okay, I think you do too. But that's for another episode. We gotta keep some secrets. We can't let everything spill.
I know.
So, Jolene, why don't you share with us the live music scene that has pretty much died because of COVID?
Well, yeah.
Pre-COVID.
What's coming back, though, right?
Oh, big time. Everybody. So Great Falls, one of the things that I really love about Great Falls, I said,
It's fine. You've said it before plenty of times, too.
I said it just recently.
I'm not
when
even
I was-
noticing it.
You didn't? I could count the number of times you guys have said it.
Well,
Because every time somebody does it, you cringe.
It's work for me.
Yeah.
So
I did it when I asked you about Bob Marshall Wilderness Complex. I did it really long. And then I took a break.
Oh, I feel really. Can we just start over? I just feel terrible now. I mean,
I'm leaving this in. I'm the producer, so
all right. All right.
So there's music, the music scene
The
that
live
died.
music scene.
That died.
One of
that
the
we're
things
gonna
that I love
revive.
about Great Falls is that, right? The live music scene.
Mm-hmm.
There are so many artists here in town with a variety of genre, a lot of original music.
And you're one of them.
Yeah, so I sing with my dad's band, Ecclesian Jam Band, EJB. So it's Curtis Thompson, Grant Stubbins, Greg Frank, and we have T.C. Hirsch on the drums, and we play around town, Ecclesian Jam Band. We do a lot of, I think we have the wrong name. I really think that we should be called Great Falls Dead. About half of our set is Grateful Dead music, and the other half is originals mixed in with some other bluesy covers.
Okay, cool.
And then I also sing with the 49th Street Blues Project.
Oh.
And they are the premier blues band, I think, in Montana. They were the band that literally, when I moved to town and I was looking at the music scene, I was like, you know what? I would love to sing the blues with the 49th Street Blues Project. They are like my pinnacle of, oh man, if I could sing with these guys, it'd be amazing. And a few years back, they auditioned me and were like, all right, kid, you can hang out for a while. And so they haven't told me I can't come back. They keep saying, all right, well, you going to come back next week?
What did that audition sound like? Here's a microphone.
No.
Come on, Jolene, you
I don't
want
get
it.
it. I don't get it. You want to sing with the blues band. You sing with your dad's band.
It's like Joel Corda all over again. I'm sorry, I forgot my guitar.
He did not.
Oh, you guys are terrible.
I want you to sing.
We're good at peer pressure.
I'll sing. You want me to sing? What song? Just tell me a song and I'll sing it.
There's an again. Whatever song. What song do you sing at home? What song do you sing when you're singing?
I sing Shake It to Quake It.
Yeah, I want to hear a little Shake It to Quake It.
Shake It to Quake It. That's the song
I don't even know what
sing.
that
I've
song
never
is.
even heard this
It's
song.
original music.
I haven't even heard that song.
Ask
either.
Micah. Ask Micah what that song is. She'll sing it for you.
Okay, I
Okay,
like
now
that.
you sing.
So when I'm doing mic checks, I do, oh Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes Benz? My friends all drive Porsches. I must make amends. Worked hard all my lifetime, no help from my friends. Oh Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes Benz? Oh, stop it.
Zugabe, we want more.
You also have a third band.
I do. Eden Bridge. So Roland Taylor and I and a friend named Jeff, who he's our mysterious mandolin player. You never know where Jeff is or if he's going to show up.
I don't think he has been here in 2 years.
No, he just
No, maybe a year.
yeah, every once in a while he pops in, but we're Eden Bridge and we do a lot of bluesy, contemporary. You know, I'm a 90s kid, so I love to do some grunge just a little bit. And so it's fun. So, yeah, we haven't done much lately, though, aside from on the river. When Roland and our band gets back together, every hiking and float trip we do, and we jam out, and it's a ton of fun. And we'll be camping somewhere. And all of a sudden, people from other campsites, like on the Missouri River last time, all of a sudden this whole group from Havre is sitting around our fire offering us crackling kamut. And they're like, no, keep singing.
Hey,
Matt,
beer
do you
works
sing?
better.
Are you musically inclined?
No, Germans don't sing.
He is musically inclined, though. He plays the trumpet.
Oh,
Why has
know-
this not happened in the chicken coop yet?
what the heck?
I know, right?
Do you know, I used to play the trumpet too.
Really?
And I told my family that and they didn't believe me. And I had to pull out this is sad, pulled out the photo album and said, here's me at my recital with a trumpet. And they're like, oh yeah, I guess
This
you did
little
sing.
blonde girl with a bow tie in her hair.
And your family's like, oh, no, you never played the trumpet.
And I had to pull out the family album, photo album. And I'm like, I did. And they're like, oh yeah, I guess you did. Yep. So why aren't you going to play in the chicken coop? I'll battle you. I don't
Maybe I
remember
will,
anything.
eventually, yeah. I haven't played the trumpet in years, many years.
I haven't either. We'll figure it out.
We should play together.
Yeah, it'll sound horrible.
I'll bring my flute because I played that and I have
Yes.
no idea how to remember to play anything. So
I thought you were going to say recorder. And I was like, we all learned how to play the recorder.
I can play the recorder.
So I am in one more band.
4 band?
4.
Well, this one has really just sparked since COVID, and it's called Hot Lava Skeleton Blast.
Is this the one you do with Bullet?
Yeah. So this is mine and Bullet's band.
Oh my goodness.
And we had 2 paying Zoom gigs over COVID. He made his first money buskin'. And he is so much fun to play music with.
What does he play?
So everything.
Okay.
He has a guitar that he strums. He was playing a flute type recorder. He was playing drums. He was playing a washboard at one point. He was playing, he likes to set up his array of instruments and then just go nuts while I'm playing the guitar and singing. And he actually is a pretty good singer. So he wrote this song, and this was the best. We were doing something in the garden, and I come upstairs, and I'm like, why is my iPad sitting out on the back deck? And so I look at it, and he has recorded, and this is when he was like 5, was he 5 or 4? And I think 5. And he had recorded his own song, and he starts it, and he's like, all right, guys, let's play some blues music. And then he starts playing my guitar. You won't believe it, how big this fly is. This fly is massive. And he plays this whole song, and then he stops, and he sets down the guitar, and he goes, woo, all by myself, not bad.
So pretty much it's in the blood.
Yeah,
Genetics there.
But and nature, because Great Falls, you know.
right.
We got to give you some credit. We need some credit for this kid.
Oh, yeah, this is definitely a Great Falls kid.
Yeah.
So we've covered state parks, death marches. We didn't touch much on machetes. We can save that for another day because I think there's a good story there that might be connected to some adventures. We've talked about Smith River, the future adventures at Bob Marshall Wilderness Complex. We've talked about live music that is coming back. And if you are lucky enough, I have been, to end up at KellerGeist in the chicken coop, which will disappear, which is the sad part, you would get to see Curtis in the chicken coop doing a solo gig. It's also a good place to wax your skis. But again, it's going to be gone. All history that you're never going to get.
It actually, and you know what? I mean, the more we talk, the more it makes me go, you know that little cozy nook that we were thinking about doing for a table of 4? We should just chicken wire that off and make that chicken coop too.
Okay.
To heck with another table.
We have other spots for a chicken coop.
We do. That's right. But we just need to make sure that it has the vibe.
Is Drink with a Shrink, the event at KellerGeist, is that going to return?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Drink with a Shrink will be back.
And then Rebecca's amazing idea, Drunk News.
Drunk News, I want so bad.
Well, is that
we
not
could
for
do a
KGPR?
podcast with Drunk News.
Yes.
If we can't get picked up, well, the mainstream media just don't want to pick up our Drunk News idea. But we could do our own podcast.
Yes. You could. Live from KellerGeist with all the sounds.
No, it has to be me and you.
Yeah, live from
Not you
KellerGeist.
could. We could.
Live from KellerGeist, we're going to drink. That's the one thing we don't do on this podcast.
No, that's a good idea.
You
I
may
mean,
think
it is
it
business.
sometimes, but, we don't.
But it takes so much for me to drink and get drunk.
You pretend you're drunk. It's Drunk News.
It's
you
more
have a
about being honest and not necessarily
drunk.
being
Do that anyway.
correct.
Yeah.
I'm
it's
German.
more of,
You get a newspaper back in the day when Lewis and Clark are going to go explore the Louisiana Purchase. You don't read that and go, oh, that's a Spotify good idea. I think they're going to do wondrous things. No, you're sitting at your kitchen table going, what in the crap are these people thinking?
Right?
like, they're going to die.
Yeah, they're going to die. I wonder
They
how
get
long it'll
enough-
take before they die.
I
They
wonder
get
if they're
enough-
already dead.
They get whiskey rations for a week, please.
Yeah, they got enough whiskey to get them out so they can't come back in.
That's the kind of news you
They're
really
screwed.
want.
That is. No, I really like that idea. And I think that we have a local reporter who's really in on that as well, who would have a lot of fun.
Jen?
I've pitched it to her.
Yeah.
Jen, we're calling you out.
Jen, we're calling you out. We're gonna start doing some drunk news. If you want, we can use things on our voices so that unless they've heard this podcast, they won't know it's us.
We could do it. If you guys just do it, and then you can have a live audience that's just listen and drink and watch around.
Which would really work for me because oftentimes I ask people to engage with me on the podcast while I'm recording it.
And
It's not live.
Well, we did mention Jolene because we're like, we got a new like on or follower on Twitter, and she's like, it's because of this podcast right now. Thank you. And no, Rebecca, we haven't even released the podcast. This is the third episode or fourth episode we're recording, and I said it was Jolene that followed us, and she's like, oh,
Yes.
okay. But, yeah, thanks for following us on Twitter.
Yeah.
One of
You
67.
all rock. Come on now. Of
We're
course we're gonna follow
trying.
you.
We're
You know,
trying.
we try. Thank God we hired Jason so he could put sweatshirts on our art here in the
It's
podcast
so
studio.
cold. Our art wears clothes. Soundproofing.
But I
No,
would
the soundproofing is really good.
I would appreciate having a live audience to do the podcast with because I think you'd get a lot more questions because nobody emails us at podcast@visitgreenfalls.org.
Well, then why don't we host you for a live
That,
sesh?
that would be awesome. Yesterday, I get a message on Facebook, feedback from the podcast, and I am freaking excited. 'Cause
Yeah.
we haven't, I'm like, what? This person says, love your new sound. It makes our girl sound as spectacular as she is in real life. Something along those lines. And I'm like, this is amazing. We got feedback on our podcast, though it's through Facebook Messenger, not the email. This is great. So I messaged Rebecca on Teams, and I'm like, Rebecca, do you know Cindy Clark? And she's like, I've
met her.
I've met her. That's her response. So I walk into Rebecca's office and I say, Cindy Clark messaged us on Facebook and she said she likes our new sound and we're getting feedback. And Rebecca says, that's my mom.
Hey, at least your mom's listening.
Exactly.
That's important.
And I responded to Rebecca's mom as if she wasn't Rebecca's mom. So Cindy, thanks. You got me.
I love it.
Yeah, so if anyone wants to email us, that is podcast@visitgreatfalls.org. I will scream with excitement if I get an email about this. We still have free things to give away to people who want to engage with us, yet no one has claimed it.
No.
What
I
is
know.
it?
2-night stay at the Staybridge Suites. We have free family passes to the C.M. Russell Museum, 10% off at Elements Spa and Skincare. There are free teriyaki bowls to give, Highline Climbing Center passes, Roadhouse Diner gift certificates. I think those are all 6 or 7 that I listed.
Wow. And that's
How hard can it be?
podcast at Visit Great Falls.
.org.
Excellent. So when you were going through that list, I was like, ooh, I could tell a story about each one of those places. I mean, it's
Exactly.
just like, these are some of the favorite places. We hosted Bullet's birthday party at the Highline Climbing Center.
I saw
Oh.
that. Yeah.
It was awesome.
We didn't even cover this. You guys used to rock climb all the time.
Oh, yeah, we asked. Visitor guide. There's a rock climbing section. I'm like, no one does that. And Rebecca's like, Matz and Jolene do.
Well,
Brian
I wouldn't
and
say
Abby.
all the time. Brian and Abby are much better than we are.
Brian and Abby
but we
do.
have gone up and had a great time. And then just recently with the Highline Climbing Center and hosting Bullet's birthday party there, it was awesome. Great for every level. I couldn't even believe it. Do you know what they have in there? They have in this back group, this was not a level for me. They have a wall that moves.
Yeah.
It is on a spin.
It's a rock climbing
And
treadmill.
it's a rock climbing treadmill, and you set the speed. No, not for me, but
And you can change the
it's
routes
so
on it?
impressive. It's so impressive.
How am I just hearing about this?
I don't know. I went there. I'm not going there again. I told Brian at Highline Center. I climbed. He had me be his guinea pig.
Well-
I did the route. I couldn't squeeze toothpaste after it. That's how many routes I did.
Let me also tell you, though, Brian called me and he's like, I got this idea. And I'm like, this is a great idea. I said we should have, someone there to do the routes. It's actually better if like maybe tourism sponsored someone to come and do the routes. I'm like, that's a great idea. I can sponsor Maddie to do that.
Yeah, so I go there. And I'm like,
She's our sponsored athlete.
I tried way too hard. I wasn't doing it right because I didn't have the right kind of form. My forearms were cooked for 3 days.
Oh yeah.
Brushing my teeth was very difficult. I still did it. Don't worry. But man,
Nice
oh
work.
man.
Nice
I
work.
told Brian, get me out of here. He's like, come back anytime. I'm like, no, Brian, I'm not prepared for this yet. So my daughter did like it. My husband did great.
Yeah.
We have a powerlifting friend, Jake. We want to see when he goes out there because he's got some good grip
yeah.
strength. He's like the strongest man in Montana. So let's see what he can do on those walls.
see
It's
what
a
he
challenge
does.
for anyone.
So where have you guys done rock climbing? Because honestly, it's a section on our visitor guide that we know nothing about.
It's
Oh,
going to
man.
say, ask Matz and Jolene.
So you have to talk to Drew, the climbing yogi, Drew Johnson.
Oh, yeah.
He will be able to really tell you. Well, and of course, Brian and any of that crew. But we went with Drew Johnson out to Blackleaf Canyon. Beautiful, but they have great routes for all different levels. And we were with, Drew is an incredible climber, and Alan Frankel was there, and Courtney Johnson, and they're incredible, but yet they came over and did some easy routes with us. And Blackleaf is just gorgeous. That's on our list for camping. It's right at the edge of the Bob, I believe, because it's up by Shoto. We've also, if we're talking about the Bob, the one other thing that we did at the Bob was the Sasquatch Hunt. I played music for the Sasquatch Hunt one year.
What?
No, they have they have
Come on, you're shaking your head.
I was nodding.
Like,
This
yes,
is
that
nodding.
happened.
Okay.
It wasn't this. It was, we did that.
Okay.
You used to play the Caddis Festival, too, down in Craig.
Oh, yeah, the Caddis Festival is a fun one, too. But the Sasquatch Hunt up at Sun Canyon Lodge, annual event. And some poor person throws on a Sasquatch
Oh, my
outfit
gosh.
and goes running around. And people have been having a great time all day. And then they get set loose to find this Sasquatch.
With guns?
No guns. No guns.
This
no
is my
guns.
fear. The poor guy in the suit gets shot.
No guns. Everybody.
just
But it's
sticks.
also the day before Shedhorn pickup.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, which is huge. I didn't know how big that was
That's a
till we were up
massive
there.
experience.
Yeah. People come from all over the place and they are let into the Bob at a certain time on a certain day. And they have X number of hours to go through and pick up as many shed horns as possible because there's this huge market for these horns.
Yep.
It's I had no idea there was a whole industry around this until
And
I
it's
went
like-
to the Sasquatch Hunt.
I can only imagine it's like being chased by bulls in Spain. The amount of ferocity that just comes from the people who
Goodness
fly
gracious.
into the wilderness looking for sheds.
There are just some amazing little things that you don't know about that you should really participate in. Skajoring. I mean, we didn't even talk about skajoring.
No, we didn't. Mostly because it doesn't happen here.
Skajoring.
Well, it
is
happens in the
amazing.
state, and
it does,
we would
and
love.
Lincoln, and you can come to Great Falls and cruise on over to Lincoln and check out skajoring. But
Do
we
you
have
know-
Great Falls skajoring teams that do happen
Yep.
here.
We do
And
have a
we're
t-
trying to figure out how we can get like a team like practice place so that people that are here could go and check out what skajoring is.
I would love it to be added to like the Christmas stroll as a feature through downtown. You loop it.
Do you
Matt's
know
is
what's
thinking it's a great idea, isn't it?
I don't know
If
what
there's snow,
skajoring is.
as long as there's snow. So skajoring is where you are on skis and you are pulled behind a horse.
On
and
our
you
track.
do a course.
No.
Yes,
And you jump.
you didn't
Yeah,
die.
you go off of at least 3 very large jumps, and you have to get rings, and you have to do gates, and
Okay, so
Yeah.
Rebecca got mad at me that when we did this episode with Jerry Jennings, and Jerry's like, you can do backcountry skiing and uphill, and we can clip, the skis can climb with it. And I'm like, no, I can't. This is 100 Ways to Die in Great Falls. 101 with skajoring. I can't do this. I told you that my group even heard from Highline. Who does this? Who does this? This is
Wow.
insane.
so
Yes.
We
Yeah.
could
It
we
is
could we
insane.
could bring a skajoring champion onto our podcast.
yeah, actually from Great Falls, he's
Yes.
a skajoring champion. He's won several belt buckles. They give belt buckles and prize money.
So
Very
there's-
big prize money. And yeah, we have skajoring champions here in Great Falls. I
said it
tried
before.
skajoring. I competed in 2 events and I broke myself, and now I'm a skadrinker.
Okay. I've said this before. I'll say it again. What the heck is going on in Great Falls, Montana? Because skajoring, Christmas stroll you're going to have, or Parade of Lights, you're going to have someone do jumps.
I think we can do this.
Well, actually, Showdown does bring in people doing jumps for Christmas stroll typically. They bring in the snow right
The
next
snow's
to
there.
3rd. Yeah.
So we just need a little bit more snow, and we can do a skajoring contest.
Like, what a
Maybe the
time it is
regional
to be
finals.
alive in Great Falls. This Christmas. Come watch.
Come on.
I won't believe it. Man, that's going to be really good content if it happens. I'll
There-
have to remove the audio from it because I think I'm just going to be like, what are you doing?
Oh yeah, there's
careful.
moments. But there are so many great things though that we do that are unexpected, I guess. I really love the unexpected things about our community. Who would have thought that we have a world-class skate park that Tony Hawk skated and a whole bunch of other famous people?
We want your opinion. You brought up this.
Uh-oh. I don't know that
So-
I know what you're going to ask.
We want to feature it in the visitor guide.
But we're going to say, be safe.
Wear your damn helmet.
Wear your damn helmet. Do you know the story?
Nope.
Oh man.
Ask your wife off the air. It'll be
Yeah.
fine.
Tony Hawk did come to Great Falls, Montana and saw our skate park rink. So that's all I'll say on this podcast.
I love how many unexpected things there are to do. Do you know there's people that are kayaking at the base of the dams? It is a whitewater kayaking area. It's awesome.
Yeah.
And it's right in town.
Exactly.
There's some people that really want to create a kayak terrain park down there. I am all for that. That would
Yeah.
be incredible.
I got a really good idea for skiing in town as a
Oh,
training
yes.
course.
Yeah.
We're working on this idea. I can't tell you anything more because, well,
It's in the works.
yeah.
So
Ooh.
just like the alternate location for Great Falls, for the alternate location for KellerGeist in Great Falls, it's in the works.
It's in the works.
It's in the works.
I will
Don't
tell
worry.
you, people are skiing and snowboarding across the street from our house every time there's snow.
Well, it would make sense.
Yep.
You know, there was back in the day a really nice sledding hill. And I think
Best.
I think we've got some opportunities to develop a little bit more winter recreation in our community that prepares people for Showdown and Silvercrest. And the reason I say that, it's at a higher elevation. And Maddie and I did a podcast, not being experts. It's in the title of the podcast. So we're like, show up and go skiing. And Aaron, one of our champions, emails us and says, don't send them skiing on the first day. He's part of ski patrol. They need to acclimate. Get them acclimated before you send them to the mountain. I'm like,
Otherwise, they're
perfect.
gonna end up on oxygen. He's like, it happens to so many people.
It's not a good day for them.
Yeah.
Thanks, Aaron.
Well, you're no damn experts.
No, not at all. And
We're no damn experts. I don't know why you're having us on here. Now there's 4 no damn experts.
we're gonna have a damn expert on once.
Someday.
You've got to be close to being a damn expert with your knowledge in engineering and wind. Water's an element. Can't it just fit into your knowledge scope?
Oh, I can. Yeah, absolutely. What do you want me to do?
Teach us about dams.
We're gonna have you on as an expert with the titled damn expert, and you guys can fight it out.
This is the damn expert.
Are you talking about dams?
Yes.
Water dams.
Water dams.
What do you want to do with dams?
We need an expert to talk about them.
Okay. Yes, I can do that.
So, Matz, from your perspective as somebody who had visited here many times from the north coast of Ireland and originally from Germany, and then as somebody who, after visiting, was like, no way, I have to move there. What has been your most exciting part about Great Falls? What has been the things that you just have found so charming and amazing?
Well, I find Great Falls is super original. You know, people are totally down to earth, and you would run into cowboys, and they're actually cowboys. And it's like, you know, it is like something you would imagine from a movie, if you wish. Everything is so, as I say, original. Even if you go out into the wilderness from Great Falls, well, it is going to be the wilderness.
Yeah.
You know, there's no particular great signposting or this or that or I don't know, burger bar at the top of the hill or, you know, it's just, I mean, and then it's for hundreds of miles, nothing, you know.
Yeah.
I really like that.
Although I will tell you, when we were hiking in Germany, and they had those little houses that look like mailboxes with little individual bottles of wine in them, and you're just supposed to take one if you need one.
What if you need one?
That was the best.
Why don't we? That's a nice idea.
It was so delightful.
We need that. I want it. Take one if you need one.
You're just hiking along. I mean, literally, nobody was around us. But hiking there is a lot different. You are going to run into people, like a lot of more populated areas of Montana even. Yeah, you're going to run into a lot of people on the trails. Here, you really won't. But running into a wine box now and then would be okay.
I'd be okay with that, even if it's warm beer.
Right?
That would be good, too.
Oh, there are some hikes where you would give anything for a warm beer.
Oh.
Yeah. I agree. Mm-hmm.
When was the first time you kayaked?
In my life?
Yep.
Probably in 2013.
So here in the States?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I've been in boats before, but not a kayak.
I have told my husband he can get a kayak and go on the river when I'm done being married to him.
Why?
I think you guys are canoe people or raft, and I think you should get one and come with us on the Missouri River trip.
I was actually talking to Brian about that when I stopped down at the Highline Climbing Center, and he's like, you know, you just put it out into the universe that you want a canoe, 3 will show up, and nobody wants them back, is what I've learned. And I started laughing.
We have 3 right now. That is exactly how that's happened.
So we are planning on getting a canoe and doing the river, but I just, I'm not 100% convinced in his long-term ability to be in a kayak on a rough water, and he's 100% convinced he's capable.
What rough water are you talking to?
You know, if we go down a whitewater area, he's
Why
going
would you do that?
Because he's going to want to.
Oh, okay.
He's got it. Might as well do it.
Here is your invite. You guys should all come with us this September. When
If you're serious, I'll go. I was begging for an invite for the Halloween party. I'm like, what do I got to do to get that?
I am serious.
I'm there.
So in September, we do the White Cliffs. It is the most glamping experience you've ever had. I mean, we take our air mattress, because you're in canoes, so you can pack that stuff. We cook amazing food. We all split it up and take different nights, and the food is amazing. And then we make cocktails. I mean, I'm going to tell you, it's the most glamping experience, and we do great hiking. We play music in the middle of the river. So if you're looking for like an active outdoor adventure, this is probably not the weekend for you with our crew, because we are.
No.
While we do hike, we are very glamping.
I love hiking, but glamping is
Here you go. So you guys are both invited. Seriously, all you need is a canoe and just your gear. We can talk offline, but
Yes,
yeah.
I'm excited.
But we have canoes. We have 3.
That's right. We do literally have 3 canoes.
I'm ready.
So anyone who's listening, we're going to need a canoe to
Uh-oh.
take photos in the September timeframe.
Mm-hmm.
Drop it off at, well, currently 100 First Avenue North. Just leave it in the parking lot. I'll know what it's for. No questions asked.
No questions asked.
When we're done, we'll leave it back in the parking lot. Listen to the podcast. We'll let you know when it's there.
Yeah. And we are going to do another podcast with you guys sooner rather than later. And that's going to be to preface the Greatest Damn Mimosa Showdown.
Oh, it's time. We're throwing down the gauntlet again.
So
we
it's-
barely lost last year.
You
That-
know,
that
I'm going to
event-
share. Sip and Dip started a flight.
They're doing mimosa
They're up in their game.
samplers. They're doing 7, and you can pick 3 for $14. So
I'm
they're-
loving that. Like, that sounds amazing.
So
Yeah, everybody. The Greatest Damn Mimosa Showdown has really like raised the bar in Great Falls. If you want a brunch and mimosa, we are the place.
So this
Well,
is going to be in
we s-
May. We're
In May, yep.
We're going to finalize all the details soon, and then we're going to do a podcast episode that's going to explain how to win, how to participate, and how
Yep.
to help your bar win.
Well, yeah, you definitely have to stay tuned. Last year we sold, what did we say, about 2,000 mimosas
Yeah.
in downtown Great Falls in 5-hour time period. Literally, the distributors had no more champagne or prosecco. We literally drank Great Falls dry from the distributors. So
show up early
I'm
is what
going
I'm
to tell you,
hearing.
Yeah.
this is going to be awesome.
We're
More
ready.
to come. More to
Yeah.
come.
Well,
more to
this
come.
time we're not going to run out.
No.
Oh no, they're already stocking up.
They know it's coming. This
Yeah.
is your official notice, distributors.
Yeah.
We need the champagne.
Gusto, Eagle, be on notice.
There we go.
If you're traveling in, you still need to show up early.
Oh yeah, you do. If you're coming in just for that, you should come the night
Because
before so that
there's
you can walk
more-
around downtown.
There's more to do. You're going to have to devote the entire day to the Mimosa Showdown. So, one day's taken care of. You're going to need more days because there's more to do.
Well, you're going to have to come in the night before, that's for sure. And you can kind of scope your scene there. You can do the cocktail crawl the night before. Ooh, we should incorporate that. Anyway, you can do a cocktail crawl the night before and then start off your morning at the farmer's market and with
Yeah.
your first mimosa, and then check out the downtown shopping, which some of our downtown shops are so
Okay.
awesome.
I'm
But
excited for
then
this.
by the end of the day, you are going to have to spend the night as well in downtown Great Falls, which that is really easy to do with several different great hotels. So I'm just saying, it's a weekend.
Yeah.
The Mimosa Showdown, if you're coming in from out of town, well,
It's a
and if you're
weekend.
here in town, it's still a weekend too.
You may just need to pitch a tent.
Well,
More to
Matt-
come.
This has been super fun.
Thanks for having us. I'm really glad you
course.
pulled us inside. That coffee was just what I needed today.
Is it
Marty did say we were going to block 8 hours. We didn't do that. That
No.
was our fault.
We should have.
I
But
know.
we knew.
But we knew that we're going to have more. We have some meetings planned with Jolene. We're going to get this ready. We're going to get it done. And everyone's going to fall in love with KellerGeist as much as we have, as well as the Smith River, the floats, sluice boxes. And they're going to learn how to do the Death March the right way in the summer, not during the spring runoff.
Okay, only then it's not a death.
I'm fine with doing the Alive March, the Alive and Well, survive, live to tell about it.
I
Don't have my wife with a newborn baby wondering if I'm alive or not. I'm okay with that version, Matz. I'm sorry you're not, and you want drama.
Really, it's the I survived the march with the German.
Goodness, Matz, you're killing me. You're killing me, Smalls.
So thank you. It's been a joy. Thanks for hanging out in our podcast studio, our storage closet with
for having
our
us.
wonderful audio. Again, get all of the episodes at we'renodamnexperts.com and follow us on Twitter. We're still on that campaign, and we can't wait to have you here in Great Falls, Montana.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
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 Bye-bye.
We're No Dam Experts is the recorded claims from Great Falls, Montana, covering what you need to know about this amazing damn town. Damn, that felt good.
On the next episode of We're No Dam Experts, we share part 2 of the Native American influence and culture in Great Falls, Montana. We're No Dam Experts was produced by Great Falls, Montana Tourism with original music from the best damn musician, Joel Corda.